What worked for the BJP in the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation polls? Has the Hindutva experiment worked in Telangana? How will the TRS now counter the BJP's rise? Is the BJP now set for a southern surge? That's the big question. I'm going to be joined by K Kavitha, the TRS leader. We'll also be joined by Krishna Sagar Rao, later the BJP spokesperson, Imtiaz Jalil, the AIMIM MP, Javed Ansari, senior journalist. But let's come to you, K Kavitha, first, because this really is a day when it's a wake-up call for the TRS. You are taking, your critics say, Telangana voters for granted for the last 6 years. They've woken you up. Will you concede this has been a wake-up call for you?
Well, certainly there are some things that have to be looked in the party, but you know, Rajdeep, we still are the largest party. We still emerged as the largest party. We stood our ground and people have reposed that faith. We are thankful to them. And of course, since we've lost a number of seats from last time to this time, we'll have to look at it from the party's perspective, which we will certainly analyze and look into. But we have not lost Hyderabad as BJP wanted to, was making tall claims that we will win the mayor, etc. You
may get the mayor, but you've lost the city.
In every cloud. So I believe...
You are claiming that you will retain the mayor, for which you will need the support of Asaduddin Owaisi, number one. Number two, the fact is you've come down from 99 to 56.
Well, 99 was a record-breaking victory last time. That was the first time in the history that has ever happened. And we've lost some seats this time. Yes, we will look into it. But Rajdeep, you have seen TRS has gone through many difficulties and then has bounced back always. And this time around, we will certainly come back with greater force. And the larger agenda of BJP is that they want to make inroads into Telangana. Today they have, won some seats in Hyderabad. That doesn't mean that tomorrow they are going to win any more seats in Telangana. Because as you rightly said, this is also a good indication for our party workers to rise up, and again for leaders also to rise up, keep exposing the lies of BJP at every stage, and keep going ahead. That is what
just look at the number of times you are using the word BJP. Clearly they have emerged as the main opposition, which was unthinkable even a few years ago. Will you concede to that extent that the BJP now is your main opposition? They won a Dubbak assembly seat just a few weeks ago. This was seen as your stronghold. They won a by-election there. Now they've challenged you in Hyderabad. Do you concede now that the BJP is snapping at your heels?
I'll only say that the decimation of Congress has certainly added some zing to the step of BJP. BJP by default is becoming the number 2 in Telangana, but then it will be a distant number 2 in any coming election further. In Hyderabad, within 10 days, they have brought in a plethora of leaders, played as many divisive tactics and diversion techniques as possible, and they managed to confuse some voters. But since we've learned from this election, we will make sure that we will expose their lies at every stage now, election or no election. We will be in the in a very dynamic mode from now on, trying to explain to the people, trying to counter the lies of BJP at every part. I mean, you've also mentioned things about Hyderabad governance, etc. I'm only saying, but BJP is always in election mode, never in development mode. Now we will give them their own taste of their own medicine. We will also keep exposing them, and we will make sure that the people realize that BJP only talks, but then it never walks the talk. They never deliver on any promises.
Ma'am, the fact is that, as I said, till a few months ago, you were seen as impregnable in Telangana. But there's a sense that TRS has become a family-ruled party. There's a sense that when floods came to Hyderabad, you all were found wanting. So there is also the allegation that the TRS has made a lot of tall claims, but over time, corruption has set in, family raj has set in, governance has lost out.
Rajdeep ji, this is again a propaganda of BJP. When floods came in, it was all and all TRS corporators, ministers who were in the floods working for the people. All these BJP leaders who came in were never to be seen, point one. During Corona, again, it was only TRS leaders working, BJP leaders were never seen. 3, corruption. If you talk about corruption, there are 100 cases of BJP across the states which they have to talk about first. None of us have any proven corruption allegations today that the BJP is talking about. But look at their own state, Karnataka, what is happening with the Reddy brothers, what is happening to the current CM of Karnataka, what has happened to Himant Biswas, what has happened to, I can give you 100 names of BJP's, proven corruption allegations. The cases have been just kept in suspended animation. So I don't want to open that Pandora's box right now, because today it will look like I am speaking out of pain, but that is not the point. Point here is BJP did manage to win few seats. TRS will bounce back, we'll learn from this, we'll analyze where we have gone wrong, we'll speak within the party, and then make sure in any further coming elections we will stall BJP. And Rajdeep ji, I want to tell you one more thing, point out one more thing.
Yes.
Today in Hyderabad, we emerged as the largest party. We did put a stop to BJP. And why? How could we do this? Is in the last 10 days of this election, we have time and again called out the lies of every tall leader who came in. For example, Amit Shah ji came in. He spoke about various things in Hyderabad. From the same Amit Shah ji's ministry, 4,700 crores was given as a flood relief support to 6 other states, but not even a single paisa was given to Hyderabad. We've exposed that quite a bit. Tomorrow, whenever these BJP leaders again come in making promises, we will make sure that they deliver whatever they say, or we will expose their lies. We are going to counter them. We have the takeaway from this whole election is, to be more dynamic and to keep calling them out.
The takeaway also for some is that in cities like Hyderabad, large minority population, the BJP has succeeded in creating its own Hindutva vote bank. And you are therefore very vulnerable now. You are a party which over time, perhaps people are looking for change in Hyderabad. The BJP is saying that the TRS in a way was hand in glove with the MIM and somewhere is playing the politics of polarization, and you've lost out in that game. Do you concede that or not?
See, TRS is not so naive. We understand politics are dynamic. If people do not like a party, they will overthrow you overnight. That is no big deal. But if people are truly angry on you, you lose an election, it is understandable. But if you get succumbed into the manufactured lies that BJP is propagating today, if you get succumbed into the jumla that BJP is propagating today, then that is a mistake of the party. Right? So we are trying to counter the jumla. See, we will explain it to our people, we will work for our people if we have done any mistakes. If people of Telangana believe that we still have to deliver on any of the promises, we have time. We will do that. But then we will not get, played by this deceitful politics that BJP plays today. It has to be a fair game. We will give the taste of their own medicine to them. We will make sure the fight will be fair, because without even lending a helping hand to Telangana, if you want to win in Telangana, we will make sure that the BJP party has to live up to their expectations or lose the election. So I'm only saying, if we have to serve the people, if we have not done anything right to the people, that is the people's right, we will go there. But we will not be taken away, or we will not be rooted out because of the lies and the manufactured lies and this social media propaganda and absolutely divisive politics played by BJP. We will not be succumbed into that game. That we are going to counter, and that we will become a model in this country. And then
okay, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. We'll see whether you can become a model and you can take on the BJP, because we've heard from the ruling TRS. I want to bring in now the BJP and the MIM, because they are the two other forces, of course. K Kavitha, thank you very much for joining me. Let's go.